Hi everyone and welcome back. So it's time for another versus video, and this time it's time to put Tom Ford Ombre Leather against 5 other fragrances that are really amazing and that I know that some of you really are thinking about which one to get. So the ones we are putting Ombre Leather against is La Yucawam Pour Homme from RASASI. We are trying out Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford, then some Oud Wood from Tom Ford, and also Black Orchid, also from Tom Ford. And the last one, Sauvage Edt, the original. But let's start by talking about Ombre Leather. This is a leather-focused fragrance that is animalic, it's white floral, it's warm, and it's spicy. Ombre Leather opens up with some cardamom, then leather, jasmine, amber, moss, and patchouli. And this is really one of the most beautiful, fruity, white floral leather fragrances you can wear. It's extremely versatile for being a leather fragrance. You can wear this dressed up or dressed down as long as you are clean and your outfit is thought through. No matter if it's casual or very dressed up, you will smell perfect in this if you like leather. I have said it before, and this is really one of the best leather fragrances that you can wear. So first up to challenge Ombre Leather is Oud Wood from Tom Ford, and this is one that so many of you love. This is woody, it's slightly oudi, it's spicy, warm, and aromatic. And the notes in Oud Wood is oud, rosewood, some cardamom, there's sandalwood, vanilla, pepper, tonka bean, some vetiver, and amber. And yeah, this is really a woody fragrance. It's not heavy on that oud, but it's definitely there. But this is to me a woody and slightly green one. So which one do I think is the best? Tom Ford Ombre Leather or Tom Ford Oud Wood? I know that there are so many who absolutely loves Oud Wood, but the truth is, to me, yeah, this smells good, but to me it's boring. So of course I am going with Tom Ford's Ombre Leather. And the next one to challenge Ombre Leather is Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. This is a vanilla and tobacco focused fragrance that is sweet, it's spicy, it's warm, and it's fruity. It opens up with tobacco leaves and spices. Then in the middle there is vanilla, cacao, tonka bean, and tobacco blossom. And in the base, wonderful dried fruits and some woody notes. And those dried fruits, together with that sweet tobacco and the creamy vanilla, is amazing. This is a beast when it comes to performance. It stays on for so long, it projects so good, it fills up a room in no time. And it's just extremely powerful. It makes you smell powerful, and it makes you smell extremely good. So which one am I going with, Ombre Leather or Tobacco Vanille? This one is really so tough, guys, because I actually love both of these. And Tobacco Vanille was the second fragrance I bought from Tom Ford, so I do have a lot of love for it. I'm gonna do like this. If I was a man, I would never be without Ombre Leather. I would get Ombre Leather first, and then I would buy Tobacco Vanille. If I was a woman, if I am, since I'm a woman, I am going to, for myself, go with Tobacco Vanille because this works just as good on a woman, and I think that Ombre Leather leans more masculine. So Ombre Leather for the men and Tobacco Vanille for the women. And coming up we have leather against leather in the battle between Tom Ford's Ombre Leather and RASASI La Yucawam Pour Homme. So La Yucawam Pour Homme is a wonderful leather fragrance that's also fruity, sweet, warm, and woody. It opens up fruity and a bit spicy with raspberry, saffron, and thyme. Then in the middle some olibanum, jasmine, and artemisia. And in the base, that wonderful raw leather together with suede, woody notes, and the warm amber. And La Yucawam Pour Homme is not a cheap fragrance, but it's a fragrance that's not too expensive, and you really get a wonderful fragrance for not so much money. I think I paid like $60 or $70 for this one. And it has an incredible performance. It stays on for long, it projects like crazy, and the smell is so good. So which one am I going with, Ombre Leather or La Yucawam pour Homme? So these are actually not so far from each other when it comes to the scent. Both are amazing fruity and elegant leather focused fragrances. So I would say like this, if your wallet is a little bit bigger, or if you are willing to spend some more money on fragrances, I would say go for Ombre Leather. This is one of the absolute best leather focused fragrances, and the feeling of having a fragrance from Tom Ford with that amazing quality is really worth the money. But if you don't want to spend that much money on fragrances, or if you just can't, you could go with La Yucawam pour Homme. This is still not a cheapie, but it's way more cheap than Ombre Leather. So I guess what I'm saying is Ombre Leather if you can or want to spend more money on fragrances, and La Yucawam pour Homme if your wallet or your budget is not that big. No matter which one you are going with, you will smell amazing. And in a minute, I'm going to compare Ombre Leather against Sauvage Edt, and that is a battle you don't want to miss. But before that, we are going to battle Ombre Leather against Black Orchid from Tom Ford. So Black Orchid is actually the first one I bought from Tom Ford, and this is a wonderful, warm, spicy, earthy, woody and sweet fragrance for both women and men. It opens up with notes of truffle, black currant, jasmine and citrus. In the middle there is spices and some more florals, and in the base chocolate, vanilla, incense, amber and sandalwood. This one has a ton of notes. I'm not going to read all of them to you, but there are many, and you can really smell that this is something complex and just wonderful. This is totally unique, and you can't find anything like this. This is the smell of elegance and power. No one can ignore you wearing Tom Ford's Black Orchid. So all of you know by now how much I just love Tom Ford's Ombre Leather, and I also do love Black Orchid. So which one am I going with? This is extremely tough, but there's only one that can have the first spot in my heart, and that is Black Orchid. And the last one up is the one some of you have been waiting for, and that is Sauvage Edt against Ombre Leather. So the modern classic Sauvage that every man has smelled. Sometimes most of you have also had it in your collection. Even if you only had one fragrance, many of you did have Sauvage from DIOR. So this is fresh, spicy, it's warm, it's citrusy, and it's aromatic. It opens up fresh and spicy with bergamot and pepper. Then you get this fresh lavender together with pink pepper, some green vetiver, patchouli, some aromatic geranium and alamy. And then in the base, that musky ambroxan, some cedar and some labdanum. I mean, Sauvage, come on. This is so mass appealing. This is something that almost every man feels good wearing, and almost every woman thinks it smells wonderful. And even though this is a fragrance that is worn by so many that you could get bored of it, you don't, because it's such a good fragrance. So which one am I going with? Tom Ford's Ombre Leather or Sauvage from DIOR? Well, this is really tough because both are great. And I think that in a fragrance collection, you actually should have both. You need that Sauvage kind of fragrance that you can use for just any occasion. You can use it going to work, you can use it to the gym, on a date, just whenever. And you need that kind of fragrance that Ombre Leather is. You need something with leather because it always brings a sexy vibe. You need something that is different, that doesn't smell like everyone else. So you actually do need both. If you don't have any fragrances, or you have very few fragrances and nothing like these two, I would say like this: buy Sauvage from DIOR first, so you have something that works for any occasion. And then you buy Tom Ford's Ombre Leather to add some spice to your collection. So that was it for this versus video. Tell me in the comments if you would have made the same choices as me, or if you think differently. Like this video and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!